I have a bone to pick with you guys. Someone suggested in the comments of the last episode that I'm a Sith Lord. How dare you? Look at that beautiful face. Look at those innocent eyes. Do I look like an evil person to you? I'm cute and adorable. Therefore, in this altar which I just made, I am going to reaffirm my vows to democracy. I love democracy. I love the Republic. Anyhow, today we are going to start working on our new factory, which is going to be for steel production. I didn't want it to look like a cube. This is why I made a huge cube, then I added another cube, and then I will add another cube, and then the original cube will no longer look like a cube. Hopefully, that's the plan. But this is going to be our elevator shaft, and this is going to be our way in and out. And I think the bottom one only requires power, so the other one we can just put it here? Maybe? Yeah, it works fine. We're never going to use it, but you know, it does work. So generally, this is going to be our steel factory, and we will get to this later on in this episode. But I also installed a new mod, which is called Engineer's Decor, and I'm pretty excited about this guy, because first off, it adds these gratings, and they look marvelous, and it also adds a few cool stuff. For instance, these fences, they look really cool. And then it also adds these guys, the poles, and they connect in a very neat way. So we can put the T supports here, and look, they will connect. And you can also put one on top, and it looks really neat. And I don't know why we didn't have this mod. It also adds a few different signs which look really cool. We can put one here so that we know this is a factory. It's stupid, I know. In order to make steel in our factory, we are going to need to provide it with iron. And as we have discussed it in the previous episodes, we are going to start making iron using UU matter. Therefore, I have made another replicator, and we just need to hook it up to our UU matter tank. And I do have some conduits, so this should be relatively easy. And then we need to hook it up to power. I did also bring some overclocker upgrades, and this guy does not seem to need a transformer upgrade, because this is power tier 4 and these guys are tier 3. So we should be fine. We shall know soon enough. Okay, we're fine. Yes, we don't need that much overclocker upgrades. That's more than enough, and it's nighttime. Okay. The idea is that we're going to pretend that we're mining the iron here, and we're going to transfer that iron into our factory using railcraft. The problem is, with that plan, that I don't remember how the trains work. So I do remember that we needed a locomotive, which is white for some reason, and then we need a minecart. And I believe this is how you connect them? The other way? So you need water, which I brought water, and then you need coal. Anything happened? No. Oh, it's warming up. Okay, so the reason that the locomotive was not working was because this was on shutdown. So we're going to put you on running, and it's heating up. Very good. Something should happen. You really should start moving. Oh, why was it stuck? Yeah, you see, the locomotive is not changing sides, but I think it looks cool. I'm not going to go for electric locomotives because these guys have steam, and I like steam. So this guy is amazing. You can adjust the speed and it will go really fast. Really fast. It's nice. I just realized that I'm doing a horrible job of explaining what we are trying to achieve here. What we are trying to do is to transfer the iron that we are producing in our hypothetical mine, which I'm working on it, to over there so that we can convert it into steel. There are several ways that we can do this, like we can use an item pipe, we can use conduits, we can use ender chest, we can use dimensional transceivers, or even a quantum entangler porter if we had mechanism in the pack. We don't, so that's not an option. Anyway, we are going to go for the most fancy and least efficient method, which is railcraft. I'm calling railcraft inefficient because we are going to need to have a lot of infrastructure before we would be able to move a single item. First, we need to take care of the locomotive. It requires coal, it requires water in order to run. So, the way that we do that is that we're going to need an advanced item loader. A normal item loader will also work, but we're going to use the advanced version because it's automatic and it's easier to set up, and I'm lazy. And in order to stop the locomotive on top of the advanced item loader so that we can load it with coal and water, we're going to use an iron locking track. And it's facing the wrong way. The way that an item loader works is that you can either pump the items into it and set filters, or you can just put an inventory next to it. So if we put coal inside, this will fill our locomotive with coal. And I can just demonstrate it for you. There you go. But coal is not the only thing that our locomotive requires. It also requires water. And therefore I also brought a fluid loader, and this has to be either 1 block above the locomotive or 2 blocks. So we're going to put you here. And then we need to provide it with water. There is a tank from Railcraft and it looks really nice, so we might as well try this guy. And it's an infinite water source, but I don't know how it works. It gathers water through rain or humidity or something. Anyway, it's a 3x3 structure which is also hollow in the middle, so that block in the center should not be filled in. And now we should have a multi-block structure which is gathering water very slowly. The locking track emits a redstone signal once everything has been transferred from the loaders to the locomotive. So if I put my locomotive here, it will get coal and it will get water until it's full. Then this guy will be active and the locomotive can go on its way. We can also demonstrate it. Initially the tank is very slow, so we might help it a little bit. It's finally full and the locomotive should start its journey. Perfect. Well, I did some tweaking and this is our loading station. I'm just waiting for the train to arrive. It should stop here, then we're going to load it with iron and coal, if everything goes fine. So you're getting your water, you're getting your coal, and you're getting your iron. Perfect. Now we need to go and make the unloading station. The unloading station is actually much more simpler because we just need to unload the minecart with chest. So we're going to need to stop the locomotive itself, and then we're going to need our advanced item unloader here. And then we need to cover it with a track. Then we need to do a bit of redstone because unfortunately we need to activate this guy so that the locomotive will be released. For now, I'm just gonna do this and we need a block. So whenever this guy receives all the inventory from the minecart with chest, it should release a redstone signal and it will activate the track. Let's see if it works. The train is here and the eclipse is still ongoing. Okay. At least we will know if it works. So you have iron, that's good. You should stop. You should unload. When this guy gets full, you should emit a redstone signal. It will pick up a little bit of coal, but that's not a huge issue. Yep, it's on its way. I tried to make it less wonky and I also added the redstone repeater on 2 ticks because I had a consistency issue and sometimes the minecart with chest would get stuck on the locking track because the redstone pulse was not lasting long enough. So with this, it works fine and we are good to go. We brought the iron to the factory door. Now we need to make steel. There are hundreds of ways to make steel and I thought we were going to try something that I have never tried to do before, and that is to use a blast furnace from Industrial Craft 2. So I did make a blast furnace, and if we put the iron inside you will notice that nothing will happen, and this guy does not accept power. But this guy accepts heat, and I did make an electric heater, and I thought with our solar panels we don't have any issues with generating EU. So we're going to put you like this so that the orange parts are facing each other, and this guy does not require a transformer upgrade, so we can just put a solar panel on top. And then this guy requires coils. The more coils you put, the more heat it will generate, and this guy will heat up, but still no steel. The reason that we don't have any steel is very simple. We're going to need an extra material. Therefore, I did make a compressor, and this guy is going to need transformer upgrades, otherwise explosions. And we're going to also add a few overclocker upgrades. If we provide this guy with universal fluid cells, it will give us air. And if we add the air, this guy will start working. I know you can't see it very well, but trust me, it's actually progressing. The problem is it's incredibly slow. So we might need 10 of them at least. The original plan was to go with 10 of these guys, and unfortunately they're so slow that 10 was not even worth the effort. So instead we're going to go with 22. It's still not as fast as I hoped, but it's a decent consistent supply. It's not that bad. Then I thought that these fluid cells are going to be a huge problem because I have to craft them using our applied energistics and provide it to our compressor. But luckily these guys work on a closed cycle, so whenever it consumes air, the empty cell goes back inside the compressor and we will get more air. The reason that I chose the blast furnace from IC2 is because it will give us a byproduct called Slag. It's a different slag from thermal foundation or immersive engineering, and if we put it in a thermal centrifuge, it will give us gold and coal. So let us try and process that one as well. So we are going to need a thermal centrifuge, and then we need to set filters so that it will only accept slag. We're getting coal dust, which goes into an ender chest. Then we're also getting tiny piles of gold dust, which will be converted into a gold dust, which will be smelted by an electronic furnace. And then we need to also set another filter for you, so that you will also go back to our applied energistic system. Perfect. Yep, it works fine. Alright guys, I want to start working on a very small project, and that's basically to try and automate the production of two resources. One of them is obsidian, which, believe it or not, I'm still getting it manually over at our base, which is a very tedious job and not very efficient. And the other one is to get slag. Not the slag that we're getting from our steel factory, which is from IC2, but the slag from thermal foundation, because it will give us lots of goodies, including concrete and asphalt, and also these bricks. So let's get started. But before doing that, let us also try and make use of our zombie soup, which we're making it with nether wart and rotten flesh broth. Very nutritious. And I thought we are going to use these generators in order to provide the power we're going to need in order to make obsidian, lava, and slag. Let's see how it goes. You know, this is not very intimidating. It's just bland. No seasoning. So let's spice things up. It's still not very intimidating, but don't worry, I do have a plan. But first let us try and hide all the cables. So I painted some capacitor banks, and if we do it like this, it will not be visible, right? Yeah, that's nice. That's very nice. The power station is almost complete, at least from a functional perspective. We do have 15 Franken zombie generators filled with nutrient distillation, and each of them is making 180 RF per tick at maximum capacity. And the reason that their internal buffer is empty is because they are filling in these vibrant capacitor banks, and that could take a while. But we're going to add something to it, and for that we need a zombie. Oh, there's one over there. You are empty, good. I did bring a few things. One of them is a graveyard soil, which will heal the undead. So we're going to put you here, and then we're going to put our zombie over there, and he got out. Yeah, we do it like this, okay. And I did also bring a name tag to hello, and we cover him up. Over here on the roof, we do have a Tesla coil. So we are going to invert the redstone signal, like so, and then we are also going to add a flux point. He will never die. This is nice. This constant noise makes me happy. I don't know why. Enjoy your life. Making obsidian is generally straightforward. All we need is lava, which I have a lava fabricator down there, and an igneous extruder, and we get obsidian. Making slag is also not that complicated, but it requires a bit more setup. If we put cobblestone in an induction smelter, if I can find it, yes, here, there's a 100% chance of getting slag, and also stone bricks. So I do have two igneous extruders here. One of them should make sand. Do I have the specialization in? No. Okay. So one of you should... Oh. I can't put two. Okay. That's fine. That guy is producing sand, that guy is producing cobblestone, and this guy is providing us with slag. We just need to void the stone bricks and keep the slag. And I did bring a cache. We just put you on top and we should be fine. We're getting a consistent supply of slag and obsidian, and the only problem is they look like Iron Maidens. So it's like you stick a villager inside with a lot of pikes and you poke him to death. They look weird anyway, but I'm happy with the setup. we got plenty of slag, and we get plenty of obsidian. I also worked on this place a little bit more, and I did make a bridge which looks very wonky, and for now it's okay because we're not using it anyway. And then I also tried to make a pump from our nutrient distillation factory to our Frankenstein lab. There is no pipe inside, it just looks like a pipe. I don't know, I thought it will look cool. I also worked a little bit on the factory as well, so it's more complete right now. The idea is that we're going to have a catwalk which goes around our blast furnace area, and then maybe we will have another room or some other assembly line on this side. But I don't know what to put here, so for now it's going to stay like this. I also went on a very small adventure and I found a few dragons. More importantly, I captured 2 of them, Ice Dragon and Fire Dragon, in a mob imprisonment tool. So let's go and try to test something. I personally don't think it's a very wise decision to try and test this thing near our base, so let's try it here. If anything goes wrong, nothing will happen to our base. We're going to try and spawn a few ice dragons. I do have my bow, and I just put 2 buckets of essence inside. So let us see what will happen. I'm not very optimistic. And we run. Oh yeah, it spawns dragons. And he's dead. Do you give me bigger ones as well, or that's it? They're small, I want big ones. Like tier 5 with an egg. I'm not sure how this is going to work, so let us try and spawn a few more. Maybe we will get a chance of a big dragon. Oh my god. Okay, he's big, and I'm riding him. Oh, he's not that big. Okay, that's fine. Well, that did not go according to plan. I was hoping that we would get a tier 4 or tier 5 female dragon so that it will give us an ice dragon egg, but that did not happen. I do have a fire dragon egg, so we should be able to at least make the fire dragon steel. Let's try it, but first we should hatch this guy. I'm wondering, can we use the wand of acceleration on you? New. Okay, I can wait 5 minutes. Our dragon has hatched. Perfect. We are going to take you. You need so much dragon scales in order to make the forge that I'm very confused. How are you supposed to do that without duplicating them? Because if you look around, there aren't that many dragons. Oh, there's a heart. Okay. This is a female stage 4 dragon. This one as well. So they should drop eggs. Huh. Oh yeah, it did. Okay, that's nice. Whoop. Someone move. Let me go. Let me go. I'm alive. One of them burnt my spawner. And the mob imprisonment tool was inside. Okay, that's fine, I guess. But we did get a lot of eggs. Look. This is stupid. I'm not exactly sure where to do this because this could be potentially harmful. Apparently we have to use the fire dragon to set fire to the forge. So let's set up the forge first and then see what we should do. Ah, I'm doing it wrong. I did bring him a lot of food, so... Oh, it's a she! Oh, so she is now tier 4. And she's sleeping. Interesting. Let's sleep as well. It's nighttime. Oh, she does that automatically. I just woke up and she started firing. So, can you stop? That's ash. I don't want the ash. Stop. Why are you giving me ash? Okay, I just realized my mistake. It's not scales and dragon blood. It's iron and dragon blood. So are you giving me dragon steel? Work harder. Come on. You can do this. We almost have it. Yes. This could take a while. Fun fact, you can actually accelerate this guy. The dragon steel armor looks amazing, and the sword is pretty decent too. It does 25 base damage without any upgrades. Anyway, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.